Hey, Stripper Gaming at you today for a new video. So, we're going to talk No Man's Sky. I personally have not played it yet, nor am I playing anytime soon. Issues came up, PS4 had to go bye-bye. But I figured, we might as well talk about the news that they've lost over 90% of their player base already. It's not good. It's not good. There's a lot of games coming out this year. 90% of the player base going bye-bye. Not good. So here's some of the issues I think it had. They overpromised. They promised us a lot. They promised us interesting combat. They promised us, diverse multiplayer. Yeah, it'd be hard for you to run into somebody, but when you did, they could sit there and describe what your character looks like because you can't see your own character. Not to mention all the bugs that are going on. I've heard about the whole bug with the Collector's Edition pre-order spaceship thing, where it has hyperdrive, so you never learn how to construct a hyperdrive, and you get, once you sell the ship, if you go to a different planet, you get stranded. I've heard about that. They just, I don't necessarily agree that they got greedy. I think they got overzealous. They made a ton of promises, and the promises kind of fell apart. They couldn't hold to them, is what I personally think that happened. That being said, are there things that they could do to improve it? Absolutely. Fixing a lot of the stuff could get the player bases back. Fixing the combat, from what I've been told, because I've been told and I've seen some videos, and the combat doesn't look fun. It looks like a boring derivative Minecraft, basically. You shoot the same enemies with the same gun that you're shooting to mine materials. That doesn't seem realistic to me. Also, find a way to mine from the ship. Sometimes you just want to hurry up, you need some materials, you just want to hurry up, shoot the trees or whatever, and collect it. Make that happen. These are not things that would be hard to implement. And, by God's sakes, make the algorithms that make running into people less chaotic. People want to play this together because it's an interesting concept. They had a brilliant concept in No Man's Sky. I thought, when I first saw the first trailers, I was like, oh my god, this looks amazing. I also knew not to, take it as the final product, which is the consumer's fault. We should know now, from Assassin's Creed Unity, from the Mass Effect 3 ending, from, other games that are doing stuff in similar fashion, even though Final Fantasy 15 is probably going to be amazing, they made a promise on that date and they pushed it back 2 months. They had a party. At that point, you're kind of stuck with that date that you chosen. So there are things that they can do to come back, but they should have thought about what they were promising before they released. We should not also judge them for promising more, not delivering, because if we did that, we'd have to judge everybody else. I mean, literally, every company oversells their game. I remember recently playing Rainbow Six Siege and being like, this is like the beta, but it's nothing like what they showed us at E3. I'm playing Deus Ex. I'm loving the game. Which, by the way, Deus Ex Mankind Divided will be the next review. I'm loving the game, but there's some glaring issues. This is not the best story. It's a good story. It's definitely got some key points to it, but in my opinion, Human Revolution's story was better. And Deus Ex 1, which I'm playing on my PC right now, is definitely better in the story department. I like the story. I like where it's continuing. I would love a third game with Jensen. Adam Jensen is probably one of my favorite Deus Ex characters so far. I would not be opposed to a third game at all. But, it was overblown to this big thing, and I was expecting amazingness, and it's an amazing game, but it's not hyper amazing. It's one of those things where when I was at work trying to judge what I was going to do, it was, do I get Deus Ex or do I buy Attack on Titan because that comes out Friday? And I really love me some Attack on Titan. I chose Deus Ex because it's been getting pretty good scores. It's a continuation of Human Revolution, which was an amazing game. So I figured the team would have at least combat down and graphics down, if nothing else. Combat, graphics, and the augmentation. Which the augmentations are fun. I love some of the new tricks they threw in, like the overheating for unlocking like the higher new augmentations they threw in. I love that stuff. That stuff's amazing. Keep that a trend, Square and Eidos. Definitely keep that as a trend. It's kind of cool. But, back to the whole No Man's Sky thing. It was overhyped, and we bought into the hype, is what happened. And by we, I mean the consumer. Personally, I knew to be a little wary. I knew it seemed, for what they were going for a release date, these promises seemed a little far-fetched. It was possible, but not without, a lot of bugs and glitches and stuff, which they didn't make most of those promises. The promises didn't happen, but the bugs and glitches are still there. That's kind of insulting. I guess to round this video out, don't be too harsh on them. They're suffering enough. They got their 90% drop rate in No Man's Sky. Any luck, they can bring it back together. They can say, hey, listen, we're going to release this new batch. It's going to be great. We're going to make this game great like we promised. And you're going to love it. And people will come back. When I get a PS4 again, if the patches are there, if the bugs are gone, if they fix combat, I'll be more than happy to jump in and review No Man's Sky. But the next review will be Deus Ex Mankind Divided, which I will more than likely have the review up sometime Monday or Tuesday. I don't plan on doing anything tomorrow because I work an early shift, and by the time I get home, I'm going to have to shower and go to bed because I work an even earlier shift the following day. Monday I'm off, so Monday will probably be when the review is up. Also, I'm going to be starting to do a lot more streaming on Twitch as well. I think I'm going to make a event out of Destiny here soon, especially if I can get some people to join me to finish up Taken King before I start digging into Rise of Iron. There'll definitely be some videos up on when I'm going to be starting a stream here soon. PC reviews are still coming. They will be done. I will start working on them. It's all going to come together. The new segments will be a permanent thing, and as soon as I can find something worthy of a read, the Creepypasta segment will be starting. I really want to get into that one, but until then, this has been Strawberry Gaming with News Rant Storytime. That's right, I jumbled it all into one because I don't need 15 different segments. So until then, this is Strawberry Gaming signing out.